So today I'm back with another fragrance review. This time we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance from the house of Carner, Barcelona. Haven't talked about any of these fragrances before on my channel, so this will be something new. And this one is called 𝗦𝗦𝗖𝗜𝗔𝗟. This is the only one I've tried from this house. And just telling you right now, this is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. This is one of my all-time favorite scents. Ever since I discovered this a while ago, I had to get a bottle of it. I had to get my hands on it in some way. Now I finally have a bottle of it, so I'm going to go ahead and do a review on it. So let's go ahead and jump into how this fragrance smells. So in the opening, what do I get right away? I get benzoin, I get honey, and I get vanilla. The vanilla is definitely the main player, starting in the opening and even in the dry down. It's a very boozy vanilla, so this does have a boozy quality to it, but it's also very rich and it has a lot of depth as well. The benzoin gives it a little bit more of a creamy type of scent, supporting the vanilla, and then the honey is in there as well, which gives it again like a smooth, sweet overall scent. Again, in the dry down, the honey, the vanilla, the benzoin, again, all are the main players here in this fragrance. There's also Peru balsam or Peru balm, which I don't even really know what that smells like, but that is listed as a note. And if you look on Fragrantica, that one is listed pretty high up there. Again, I don't know what that smells like, so I don't know. The benzoin, the honey, and the vanilla, those are the main players there, and it is an absolutely gorgeous scent. It is blended together just fantastically. I really wouldn't change anything about it at all. This to me is a masterpiece, and I don't throw that word around at all. I don't really know if I've called that many fragrances a masterpiece on my channel before. There are very few of them that I would consider that, but this one here, definitely consider this one a masterpiece. It is just that good to me. Like I said, when I first got my sample of it, instantly blew me away. Out of, you know, all of the other fragrances that I've tried, this one just really hit home for me, and it's one that just really works well with my skin. It's one that I really enjoy a lot, so it's nice that, you know, it works well on my skin and that I finally have a bottle of it. I'm really glad that I found this one. If it wasn't for my friend Connor sending me a sample, I probably would have never smelled it before and I would have been missing out a lot. So again, what I mostly get from this is a vanilla, and like I said earlier, it is definitely a vanilla with a little bit of an alcoholic smell. It's got a little bit of a booziness to it, and I know people get annoyed when you say that word a lot, but I really don't know how else to describe it. It just smells like there is a little bit of an alcohol touch in there. Like if you smelled Baranda by 𝗦𝗦𝗖𝗜𝗔𝗟, you get that straight up whiskey smell in the opening, and it's not as strong in this. Like this isn't straight up alcohol or anything like that, or whiskey, but it definitely does have a boozy character coming from that vanilla and probably coming from the benzoin as well. Those two mixing together again creates like a boozy vanilla scent, and again, it is just absolutely fantastic. I love that about it. Just really great. That's probably my favorite part of the fragrance, is that vanilla, how it comes across like that. Again, you have the honey in there as well, which smooths it out. This also has a little bit of like a musky touch to it in the dry down, not so much in the opening, but once you really have it on skin and you're in the dry down, it's got a little bit of like a musky and powdery type of scent as well. I don't really know. I know there is sandalwood, which I don't know what that sandalwood is doing. I don't really get any sandalwood, but whatever. So that's my breakdown on the scent of this one. I'm not really trying to hype this up. I don't really believe in doing that. I couldn't care less if, you know, a bunch of people go out and try this. Not trying to create hype behind it. I'm just sharing with you what I truly love, and this is one of those scents that I really truly love. I'm not just saying that to, you know, for whatever reason trying to create hype. I'm just saying I really like it. So moving on, let's go and talk about occasions and seasons and things like that for this one. When can you wear this? Definitely more of a fall and winter scent, not really suited for the spring or summer. Maybe spring when it's cooler spring days. Yeah, okay, maybe you could do that. But summer, no, it's just too sweet. It's way too sweet. Has way too much depth for, you know, summer in the heat. I just don't think that would be a great idea. Of course, if you're indoors where there's air conditioning, then you could pull it off easily. But generally speaking, this is not one that really anyone would categorize as a summer fragrance. It's just not. When you're looking at categories like that, definitely a fall and winter scent. And if you look at the color of the fragrance here, I mean, that's some dark fragrance right there. So talking about occasions in the fall and winter, this is where it gets good. To me, this is a fantastic date scent or cuddling scent or close encounter scent. Again, the vanilla is just, again, the way this fragrance comes off, just gorgeous. Again, the vanilla, it's a very cozy vanilla benzoin, sweet powdery scent. So it would definitely be perfect for date nights or anything like that would be great. Other than that, you could wear this to maybe dinners, a nice dinner or something like that. This would work great as well. Maybe either dressed up in a restaurant, but also maybe dressed down as well. But I would say more so dressed up than, casual dinners and things like that. Talking about time of day, definitely leans towards the evening, in my opinion, just because, how it comes across definitely smells like an evening, classy, just overall nice, sweet scent. The other reason why I think this makes such a great close encounter and date fragrance is the performance. So let's go and jump into the performance. So longevity on my skin, I'm getting anywhere from about 8.5 to maybe sometimes even 10 hours longevity, that on the pushing it there at 10 hours. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So longevity definitely very good. Projection though, not so good. I've worn this quite a few times during my testing, and people had to get really close to me to smell this. So this definitely sits more so closer to the skin than it does push out, which honestly surprised me, because with how strong this is in terms of just, for one, the overall scent when you smell, how rich and how sweet it is, but also the longevity. I was expecting it to project a lot better, but at least on my skin anyway, really does not project that well at all. Definitely sits closer to my skin more so than it projects. I would say within a very short distance it projects out. Might leave a little bit of a trail, but again, not very much. So I didn't get noticed too often much with this, and I'll get into compliments and stuff like that later. But again, that's another reason why I think it would be such a great date scent. Generally, when it comes to choosing a date scent or cuddling fragrance or something like that, you don't want something that's going to be super strong and projecting, because that's going to be, too annoying to the person you're with. So, definitely would want to choose something that, draws the person in, makes them come closer to you, and it's not burning their nose when they're, right there. So that's why I think this one fits in perfectly in that situation, just because it does sit closer to the skin. And then of course the longevity is very good, so it will get you through the full day of hanging out with, that person, or cuddling or going on a date or whatever the case may be. So the performance, I think the performance is fine. Yes, I do wish it projected better, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. If I want it to project more, maybe I'll do a few extra sprays. I do have the 100 ml bottle, so I probably don't have to worry too much about running out. But generally speaking, what I'll probably use this more for is, close encounters, dates, and also just as a personal fragrance. This is one that I'd spray on just when I'm around the house, just because I like smelling it, because it smells fantastic to me. So yeah, overall performance, definitely really no complaints there. Again, the projection could be a little bit better, and you would maybe expect it to be better for a very sweet, heavy winter fragrance like this, but it's not. But again, it's kind of one of those things where you had to pick and choose. I'd rather have it be like this than have it project really strong but only last like 4 hours. So definitely I'm okay with the performance. And the compliments. Everyone wants to know about compliments. Will this get you compliments? And this basically goes back to what I was just talking about. If people can actually smell this on you, yes, it will definitely get you compliments. Did it get me a lot of unsolicited compliments when I wore this? No, it did not. And again, that goes back to the projection thing. It just doesn't project well on my skin. When people got really close to me and they actually were able to smell it, that's when I got compliments, and people said, wow, that smells delicious, that smells amazing. But just walking past people and just in general did not pull me compliments. Whereas when I'm wearing something like a Ventus, that stuff, again, that stuff fills a room with 2 sprays. works really well on my skin, and I get compliments all the time. This is not that type of scent. This is not, you know, one that shouts out like that. Compliments, will it get you them? If the person can smell you, yes, it definitely will. I think it would be pretty hard to dislike this fragrance for a lot of people, just because a lot of people tend to like sweet vanilla type scents. So yeah, if they can smell you, great. You will get them, but don't expect this to be one that you're going to be pulling compliments left and right walking by people. In order to do that, you're probably going to go pretty heavy on the trigger. So let's go and jump into pricing real quick. I've been trying to look up prices online, and it seems like it's a little bit harder to find than some other fragrances out there. Generally, I think this 100 ml bottle retails for $180. So, you know, there's that. The 50 mils retail for a little bit less. And as far as finding it on discounters, I really haven't seen it on any discounters at all. So if you're wanting to pick it up under retail, you're going to be having to be looking on eBay or on the Facebook groups or something along those lines. Because again, I haven't seen it at any discounters. I know Fragrance X has some Carner Barcelona fragrances on there. They don't have 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗜𝗔𝗟 though. At least at the time of this video when I checked, they don't have it, which is a bummer. So yeah, if you're looking to get this, you're either going to have to be paying retail, or you're going to be keeping a close eye out on, you know, online and other places. Luckily, I was able to snag this one for $100 from someone awesome on the fragrance group. So shout out to you, man. You know who you are if you're watching this. Really appreciate you hooking me up with this. Got a great deal on it. So if you can find this at a great deal like that, definitely go for it. So would I recommend that you blind buy this fragrance? I would say if you can find it under retail, I would say go for it. And I just want to clarify here, you had to be smart when it comes to blind buying. A lot of this comes with experience. If you are someone who already knows what you like in fragrances and you have your taste refined, and you know that you like vanilla scents and you like benzoin smelling scents and balsamic fragrances, if you know you like that, then this would definitely be a great blind buy. But if you're coming from the world of fresh aquatic fragrances where that's all you really like and that's your main favorite, type of fragrance, and you're looking to get into some sweeter fragrances, I would maybe say that blind buying this isn't the best idea if you don't really know exactly what it is you're going to be smelling. So again, should you blind buy this? If you know your taste and you know what you like in fragrances and you can find it under retail, I would say go for it. The fact that this is a little bit harder to find under retail, if you do end up blind buying it at a decent price, then you can sell it again at a decent price and hopefully not lose much money, if any at all, maybe even make a few bucks. So overall, if you know what you like in fragrances, would definitely be a solid blind buy. But here on Chaos Fragrances, we don't recommend blind buying. Always grab a little sample of it like this, just because I don't want to hear the comments of someone saying, oh, I blind bought 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓 and I don't like it. Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. So guys, that's going to do for this video. That is my review on 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓. Very, very hyped to have this one in my collection. Been looking for a bottle forever now. So if you guys have tried 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓 or any of the other fragrances from this house, let me know down below. Let me know what your favorite ones are, because there's a few other ones I want to check out as well. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Also don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss my posts. And that's it for me, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.